welcome to this week's episode of Denim and Blazers. We're with my guest today, Miss Lora Rosemon
Hello.
of Joli Ide. Tell us about yourself.
Well, mom, wife, me. I'm all about being selfish.
I love
and
it.
I start off with mom and wife because, that is what most people say the world is.
Right.
So just so that you know, my background is mom and wife, but when it comes to me, I'm all about empowering my mind and living my best life intentionally.
Yes. Selfish.
Selfish, self-love, self-motivation, self-determination, self-confidence, everything that has to do with the power of self.
Yes. So go into the details of your business and how you got started.
Okay, how
Joli
I got
Ide.
started. Joli Ide. Joli Ide is the name of my company, and it stands for Beautiful Minds. And I got started in the journey of feeling lost and finding myself, rebuilding myself, and creating happiness again. Consciously, and Joli Ide was birthed. And so the loss happened after I lost my sister in 2011. And when I lost her, I lost a piece of me. I lost my identity because I was so attached, and that's all I knew. She was 2 years older than me. So my identity was tied to having her as my older sister. And so losing her, and now reflecting back on the things that I was telling myself about feeling lost and feeling alone and feeling like, what's the purpose in life now? Once I recognized what I was saying and I changed the view of, life has to go on. And it did go on. It didn't stop just because how I felt. When I came into that and recognized that, I found myself and I said, I've got to share this. This is powerful. I want to share. So that's how Joli Ide came about.
Yeah. Is this your passion?
This girl, you can't tell, about to jump up out the seat. This is definitely a passion because I believe so much in what I'm doing, and I also believe that a lot of people do not realize what they're doing to themselves, sabotaging their own life of things that cannot change, that you cannot control. But what you can control is the way you're thinking and how you move from there. And so I'm very passionate about people tapping into that.
Yeah, you really do. I'm a Joli babe.
She's a Joli babe.
But I do like the idea that you teach people to take some time for themselves. So it's not like the selfish, egotistical. It's to save your own mental health.
Yes, mental health and well-being, and that's what the mission is to inspire women's mental health and well-being, creating a culture to affirm our self-worth. And we focus a lot on self-love, knowing what it means to love ourselves beyond just the pamper parties and the nails and the hair. It's really reflection time, downtime, pausing, saying no, not feeling obligated.
I struggle with that.
Okay,
I think most moms do. Honestly.
Finding a balance with that and being okay.
Reminding said yourself. No, and not going through the whole speech with yourself after. Should I have said yes? Should I,
the question, the doubt, right?
Is she angry with me? Is just different things. So I think it's beautiful. You encourage women to really boss up and take control of their life.
Thank you.
So you kind of explained to us what drove you to start it, but what, as far as the business aspect of it, how did you start up? What got you going?
Okay, so after losing Latrice, I co-created a nonprofit organization. So that was my first startup. That was during the crying days, and I didn't know who I was, but I was like, I'm determined to share my story through the nonprofit. During the nonprofit time, it taught me a lot, and once I regained or rebuilt the idea or my identity of who I am now today, I was like, I want to do more, because the nonprofit was mainly speaking up on the story, what happened, but also sending people to the resources. And I wanted to not just send people to a resource, but be a resource. And so literally one day I just woke up and said, I'm creating this. Seriously, it just hit me. And that's how I know it's a purpose in this and a passion. I just woke up and said, this is it. I called up my mentor, First Lady of my church, and said, we need to meet.
Yeah,
I need to talk. Yes, Dr. Sloan.
Yeah.
And she had a meeting with me. She broke it down to me, gave me the extra support and encouragement that she was there for me during the time of the nonprofit and the loss of my sister. And that was one of the main huge moments that just threw me into the other side of creating this into a business.
It's amazing. A lot of times it takes someone outside of family or a close friend, more of a mentor status, to see that, because when you're starting something, a lot of times it comes from a place of love most times, but your loved ones tend to be more fearful.
Yeah,
they don't get it. You know, sometimes they think you're crazy.
They don't see it. And let me tell you, okay, so another, since you brought that up, I did, I used to be a hairstylist for 16 plus years, and I left it. I literally woke up and was like, I don't want to do this anymore. After it was a couple of years prior that I kept feeling like this is not where I'm supposed to be. There was something tugging, nagging, pushing, pulling, and just it was a force like, this is not where you're supposed to be. This was your stepping stone. You got what you needed. You understand relationships and the things that you learned from being a hairstylist, but now it's time to move on. And so there was something, a gut feeling inside of me that just threw me out there. And let me tell y'all, okay, my husband did think I was crazy. He thought I was crazy. Yeah, he was kind of like, what? But this is your gift. This is what, you're great at it. And I'm like, I'm great at a lot of things. This is just one gift.
And it was a flourishing business too. So it's kind of like, wait a minute.
Well, hello. What does this mean? So there was a reality check. There was losing money, not necessarily losing money, but being okay with taking a pay cut to pursue a passion and a purpose. So I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't like an easy breezy, like I quit and some of the vacations had to calm down, and I was okay with that because that's how I know it's a purpose and passion, because I didn't look at that. I saw that through the lens of my husband and other people around that were doing things, and now we're not doing as much. But I didn't see it as anything bad. I was like, I'm doing what I love. So
it's a sacrifice, but it's an awesome sacrifice. And you can see down the road and see what it will lead to.
I would say sacrifice in the sense of what other people view it to be. I don't think it to be a sacrifice.
Because you were doing what you wanted to do.
When you're doing what you want to do. Now, do I miss as many vacations? Possibly, but I don't think about it.
But they are coming in the future.
We have she flies everywhere. Let me just tell you, I have now to say that my husband's not on this one. Judge me not. But we also created a a women's travel club. And so I still get my girls trip, my self-love vacation away. And this is to bring like-minded women who just want to get away and have a good time. So, there are some things that you fall back on, but then there's a lot of things that you open up.
That's so true. Well, you kind of spoke on how you started figuring out your dance with the business, because it is a dance, it's a dance.
Still dancing.
Yeah, it's a continuation. You're learning something. I do think, though, I really believe, and we were discussing this, like when you start from the ground up, you really understand your business. So when it does, you do start hiring people, you're like, no, it don't go like that.
And a lot of times people will turn you into, can we curse on here?
Yes.
You're the bitch. Because now you have this baby of yours that you've got to kind of give to other people that you're trusting. And as a leader, you're teaching them what to do with your baby. And that can be really hard, especially because starting from the ground up, it's a beautiful thing to know what the hell you're doing in your own space. But it's hard sometimes to be like, now I'm putting this piece in your hands and I believe that you're going to do a great job. That's your baby, and it's nothing to do with being mean or, bossy or bitchy, because love is there. And technically, when you hire and when you get to the space, or when I get to the space of bringing people on, I would just pray that they have the same mentality to understand that this is all a growing process.
It's business. I know. Even for me with real estate, there comes a time, especially if it's someone those emotions get to going, and I'm pretty much a nice person, but I can be straightforward. I'm usually straightforward.
Nice is still straightforward.
Yes,
some people interpret it wrong.
My mom says I'm nice nasty, but I'm just honest. And then what happens is, you have those moments when you have to say, yes, I know you, and yes, we might even be friends, but this is business.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to hiring somebody, this is business, and we're gonna enjoy ourselves because you want the culture of it to be great.
Yes.
But this is my baby, like you said.
Business is business.
Business is business.
And you learn that other side of you. You tap into that and be like, oh no, wait a minute.
You'll get just as protective of it as you will your kids.
Yeah, yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. So anybody that's struggling with being assertive and stepping up into your best and having to speak up more, that's a part of coming into the worlds of business, entrepreneurship, or even just in a job or career you're in that you feel you deserve another level up. If you don't speak up, somebody else will.
Right, and it's something you speak of in Joli Ide, even just in life, every day.
Every day.
You have to speak up. Yeah, do you deal with mommy guilt sometimes? Mommy guilt?
I used to.
Okay.
Now I've learned so much about myself, and I've learned so much about myself through my kids that I was just listening to another podcast on Oprah's thing, and I wasn't going to pay attention to it because I'm like, I'm a good mama, I'm good. And when I listened to it, it helped me also with the guilt, because a lot of times we identify ourselves through our kids. Meaning we put all of our attachment in our kids. We want them to do this, we want them to do that. We don't want to be too much away from them.
Right.
We feel we're missing out on the precious moments, all of the special things that, we feel, well, what if we miss this and never catch it again? And we have to remind ourselves that each individual has their own individual way of living and purpose in living. And even though these are our kids, they have their own journey, even in the youngness of them.
I believe in that very much.
And so when we begin to feel guilty, not saying I don't have those mommy moments, but I do recognize and I remind myself, in this time, this is my space.
Right.
And in the time when I'm with my kids, this is your space. And you become to be a better parent when you're able to be present with them, knowing that you're still doing what you need to do when you have to say no to them.
Right. I'm a firm believer too. There's nothing wrong with them seeing you be busy.
It's nothing
you
wrong
can
with
come
it.
help if you can come in here.
Right.
I welcome you into my space so you
Right.
can learn something. But at the same time, it's not really a
And
bad
also
thing.
setting the boundaries with the kids as well, because they will learn that. Like, okay, let me tell you what I do. When I am recording, mommy's about to record. I need y'all to be quiet for this amount of time. When I come out of here, I'll be back in mommy mode. And I lay it down like that. And they will literally be quiet for the every now and then, because they're kids. They come peeping in like, you done yet? But for the most part, I get my quiet time. They respect it. And what other way will they learn to respect it if I don't say nothing, instead of getting frustrated like, oh, they're kids and they're running all over the place and I didn't set the boundary. So it's also about setting the boundaries with the kids and with yourself to hold them
accountable to this
Holding
time.
accountable.
It teaches discipline.
Yeah, it sure does.
Right. And they also, so many times they see the benefit of the product.
Exactly.
But they don't always see what goes into it.
Right.
So sometimes when they see you're busy, sometimes I think it's good for them to see it.
To see you in action.
Yeah. It didn't just appear. Mommy had to do something to make
But
this
the guilt
happen.
comes and goes. I think everyone just is gonna deal with that. I think it's just really how you deal with it. You just have to let that pass through you and know that what you're doing is for the greater good.
Yeah. So ultimately, like, what is your main mission with Joli Ide?
My main mission. Well, I literally just did a post that I put, I'm crazy enough to believe that I can help shift and change one positive mind at a time. And what I mean by that is, we look at the world, we look at social media, we've got this filtered world, we've got this programmed mindset to look this way, talk this way, be this way. We've got kids thinking that entrepreneurship is just about being cute. I'm an Instagram star, when it's way more hustle than that. The glam comes at the end of the day.
That's the last thing.
It comes at the end of the day. The rest of that stuff, t-shirt,
We didn't
I
wake
got
up
no makeup
like
on,
this.
none of that. When it's time to turn it on, it's like, ta-da! Okay,
Yeah.
and then it's like, all right, back in hustle mode. That's fine, just whatever. But at the end of the day, if I can just share from my experience, and I also do a lot of research and study, if I can just share, not knowing who's really listening, I just love what I do. If I can share this and know one person catches something out of this that shifts their life into another direction and they were going down another way, or they just needed that positive encouragement. My bigger picture is truly just shifting people's perspective on truly living their best life. And by doing that, one person bettering, the next person bettering, the next person bettering, collectively we create change that we want to see.
That's beautiful, and I think it's great that you're sharing that. That's
Thanks.
awesome. Yeah, we need it, especially in our community. We need it.
Yes.
So, in doing this fun part questions to me, like, what are 2 things people ask you the most, like, when they figure out what you're doing?
You know what? I still think people are still trying to figure out what I'm doing. No, seriously, that's one of the questions. It's kind of like, well, what are you doing? And what is this? And it's like, are you not listening? Hello?
Yeah.
Just breathe. Stop. Be present with me, and then you'll know what I'm talking about.
Right.
You know, and I'm not saying that I'm an expert guru or anything like that, but I do know what's helped my life. But that is one thing that I do kind of get is like, well, what is it that you're doing? And I think the reason why a lot of people ask me that is because I rarely, hardly ever, it's hard for me to attach a title, like coach or mentor or just how people just feel that you're supposed to have some type of title to represent who you are. I have a hard time, motivational speaker, I have a hard time attaching a title, and so therefore it's hard, life coach, therefore it's hard for me to be like, well, what do you do? I always go into a big spiel and explain, and I got all this bells and whistles, and it's kind of like, that's great, but what do you do? And so that is one of the questions, and the reason I think I have a problem attaching a title is because I don't feel there's a title. I feel like I'm just me, and we have gotten so accustomed to titles being who we are and identifying ourselves with titles, and this might go over your head a little bit. This is just something within, excuse me, that I feel that sometimes people feel superior when there's a title attached, or I'm better than because there's a title attached. And I've always looked at some people because a title was attached as being a certain way. And so I said, I want to remove the title and just be me.
Right, I get it.
So that's one of the questions.
Okay.
Excuse me. Another question is, I don't know. That's one of the ones that sticks out to me. That's one of the ones that sticks out to me. It's kind of like, I don't know, I'm just me.
Yeah, I think too, it's almost like the adjustment your husband probably had to do. It's like, wait a minute, Lora has a successful business. Wait a minute, what is she doing?
What are you doing?
And you stopped that to do what?
Yeah. And what is this?
Help me help you.
Right.
That's what you're doing.
So,
okay.
I don't know if that really answered. That was probably merry-go-round around the bush.
No, I think
Did you get an idea?
Yeah, but that's your normal response about it, though.
Yeah.
She does not put a title on, but she's awesome at what she does.
Thank you.
I almost think of you as a person who fosters mental health. So it's not like she's not a life coach. She doesn't call herself a guru. She doesn't do any of that, but she does present a platform for women to come together in a safe place and be able to discuss life, their struggles, their excitement, their wins, you know. And since the group tends to attract like-minded women, everyone's encouraging each other.
That's beautiful, girl.
That's beautiful.
I like how you on the outside look. It's like, this sounds good, girl. I want to be a part of that.
I think that's what you do. You foster mental health. It's not like you're necessarily trying to say X, Y, Z.
Right.
But, you know, women are, with the title thing, mother, wife, it's all these roles or all these things of who you're supposed to be.
Right. Which is why I started off with saying that, because it's like, oh, okay, I can relate to wife and mother if you're a wife and a mother, but it's like, that's not really who I am.
Yeah, I am so much more than just a wife and mom, and I'm on that part. Your kids are young, mine are older. When they get older and they start doing their own thing, you better know who you are.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can't wrap it all around them. Otherwise, you're not giving them time to spread their wings and fly, which is not fair.
Right.
And you foster
want to protect them, and it's kind of like, well, they have to learn just like We did.
We're going to find another word. We're going to look in the thesaurus and find
What I
another
do-
word for foster.
Right? And what I do say is, if anything else, I will say I am a fine in the mind coach. And that's one of the things that I say, because I'm like, well, to me, it's still fun. It's my personality. And just like you go to the gym to get fine in the behind, I'm like, let's get fine in our mind. Let's feel good up in there. Because that's where it all starts. So that's one of the things that I kind of say, but you know, some people still don't get it, but it's all good. I'm good with that.
So with the private women's club that you have, you want to tell them more about it just so they can get an idea of what it is?
Okay, so the private women's club is the culture of like-minded women that I host monthly socials. So we all come together and we literally have girlfriend time. We don't know what the conversation's going to be. We enjoy each other. We go to happy hour, brunch, lunch, dinner, whatever it is. We just kind of get out and be like, this is my time.
Yes.
And I'm with my girls. Because sometimes, even with your girlfriends, you can't have some of the same conversations that you have with other people that are in different phases of their life. And you find a different kind of connection there. So that's what the socials are about. And then I do the online coaching, if you'll say, or sharing. I say share about, you know, different experiences and practices and tools to help you come into a, you know, more present and the now way of being in this space. Like, I'm here with you. I feel you, girl. And so it's basically creating a network of women that can network with each other, connect with each other, feel like they're authentic, wipe the makeup off self with each other, right? And so the bigger goal of Joli Ide and creating this culture is, you know, I want to see everyone thrive. But not just thrive in success, thrive in fulfillment. And there's a quote that Tony Robbins says, and it's just a part and it's attached to me, that success without fulfillment is failure. And I believe a lot of people chase success and lose themselves within it. And I just want to see us grow into bettering ourselves, but not just bettering ourselves, by, like I said, that one by one, we collectively come together and can create a bigger change than just one person alone. But it starts with yourself. And so that's what Joli Ide is about. It's about a girlfriend time, the fun time, and also the mental well-being side, the side that we're focused on prioritizing our self-care.
Right. Yeah, her workshops are awesome. Yeah, I can't spill the beans because you need to come.
You need to come.
But it does present an atmosphere where it is safe.
It feels
good.
You can feel the energy. If you say nothing before you just kind of like, I like this.
Yeah, Laura look at you and you'll be like, oh, I'm a boss. And she'll be like, no, say you're a boss.
You know, and it's about belief. I know sometimes people, whenever I start off with the whole affirming yourself and telling you how to say it with more confidence. It's not about telling you how to say it with more confidence. It's about saying it with belief.
Right, for you to believe it's yourself.
That it's yourself. Yeah. So we walk in maybe one way feeling defeated or just feeling like we're just here. You know, I'm just doing my thing. And then you walk out like, oh, I am really doing my thing. You know, I'm better than what I thought I was. You know, it's kind of like building those levels on yourself.
Yeah, and recognizing what you do.
Recognizing it. Yeah. It's never about me. I just get excited.
Yeah, she loves it. And you can feel it. You can feel it when you're there. So I think it's awesome. How can people find out more about Joli Ide?
Joli Ide, you can visit www.joliide.com, or you can find me on all the platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Joliide. Yes.
And explain what Joli Ide is, the word. You said it's like Creole.
Yeah, it's Louisiana Creole for beautiful mind. So my nonprofit that I had was Live Beautiful Now, and like I said, it was co-created, so I had to come up with another name, and I was like, I need to keep something still that ties in with Latrice and why this all even began, because my sister, she was a real estate broker. Real estate said I have a connection with that, right? So anytime I meet a realtor, I'm like, girl, I have a connection with you and you don't even know it. But her motto was opening doors to living beautifully. So Live Beautiful had to be somewhere in there, living and beautiful. And so I was like, beautiful mind. We're talking about blossoming our beautiful mind. And so Beautiful Mind came, and I was like, everyone's gonna think of the movie, The Beautiful Mind. And I was like, can't do that. And Yolanda, actually, we were out and about, and she just said, well, why don't you do Creole? I said, girl, I'm
Okay.
calling up my uncle, and I'm going to see what Beautiful Mind is in Creole, and that's how we came about.
I love it.
Yeah.
It ties in everything.
Yeah.
It really, really does. Y'all are gonna have to meet her partner, Yolanda. Yeah.
You'll be having her on here next, I'm sure.
Yes. Y'all work awesome together. I love
Feels
it.
good
Yeah.
to be able to partner up with people that you just, it doesn't feel like work.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Well, I appreciate you coming to spend some time with me here at Denim and Blazers. It's Miss Lora Rosemon with Joli Ide.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, girl.
I'm glad you're here. Thanks. See you later.